Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move today. Lisa Mateo alongside Isabel Lee. We are joined by Bloomberg's Red Brown. So thanks for coming in now. We want to talk about Deckers, right? That's the first one you want to talk about? I love those Hoka shoes.
Yeah, and so apparently a lot of people do. You walk around New York City in certain neighborhoods, you'll see them everywhere. So yes, Deckers Outdoor. The ticker on that one is DECK. They jumped as much as 21% this morning, now trading around 12%. That's still good enough for the top performing stock in the S&P 500 at the moment, and it caught my attention not just because of how well it's doing today, just because it's kind of a rare positive day for the company. Heading into today's session, was down nearly 50%. That was good for second worst in the S&P 500. So actually having a bit of momentum this morning after the company reported really steady popularity of Ugg and the Hoka shoes as well. Both of those brands grew around 20% last quarter. So yeah, quite a positive report from the company. And I think it'll be really interesting to see what happens with shares for the rest of the year now that they are starting to post some still strong results despite some of those tariff worries that we had some earlier this year.
What about Centene? It seems like health insurers are really facing their toughest stretch in years.
Yes, that's absolutely been one of the biggest stories, I think, in the market this year. And then shares for this company, ticker CNC, went on a bit of a wild ride this morning. They fell 12% once the company reported, but actually recovered 7% to trade up. And now around 2.5% at the moment. They are the worst performing stock in the S&P 500 this year, despite the positive move this year. And that's kind of to Isabel's point there. It's just the health insurers have been really struggling with some of the government cutbacks, changes to reimbursement programs, things like that. So the company actually cut its, withdrew its guidance today, and also slashed its earnings per share view by, I don't think I've ever seen an earnings per share cut like this before. They were seeing 7.25 per share early this year, now seeing 1.75 cents per share, or excuse me, $1.75 per share this year. So yeah, still struggling, but the company started to lay out some plans on how they expect to return to growth, maybe some price changes coming in the future. And I think that's probably explaining a bit of the positivity at the moment. But yeah, otherwise, still pretty significant worries about the outlook for the health insurers in general. So, but yeah, interesting move today for sure.
And then on the downside, we have Intel. I mean, their shares went down 9.5%. It's kind of on how the CEO took this different kind of tone.
Yes, exactly. Yes, shares for Intel, INTC is the ticker for Intel. Are trading down exactly for that reason. Analyst investors are looking, or I think we're more looking for insights into how this company is going to get back into being, a top technological leader, while the CEO is more focused, at least at the moment for the time being, is more focused on cost cuts. So I think it's interesting when we kind of put that in contrast to some of its peers and what they're doing and how they're investing in this moment. NVIDIA, obviously, investing through this technological cycle. Their CapEx tripled last year. It's expected to grow around 40% this year. Intel, on the other hand, is cutting back. They're scaling back their capital outlays. So maybe some concerns for investors around how the company is going to continue to be competitive in this environment. But yeah, shares are down for the moment. Have been struggling for a little while now. And I guess still needing to be convinced of the turnaround plan.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.